Tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Well, we are excited to get back on the court and play. Friday night's game gave us a lot of areas where we could improve. In the game against Morehead State, we were able to watch that film and get some areas where we need to take steps forward. Certainly this time of year, it's a lot of things to improve on. So we saw that in the Morehead State game. They played a really tough game and were very intense in that first half. And we watched that yesterday as a team, and hopefully we have learned some things, had a good practice yesterday, and we'll have to get ready for an early morning start tomorrow that we're excited for.
You guys do shoot around for 11 a.m. game?
We will. We'll do a shoot around. It'll be at 4:30 a.m. and the team is very excited about it. And we will do our game prep this evening during practice, and we will have scouting in the morning at 7 a.m. and then play. So that's what we've done in the past. We've done our game day practice the day before, and we'll get all that handled this afternoon.
What about Casting Evans?
Well, Casting Evans has an unbelievable passion for excellence, and that really permeates her entire life. She is a great student. She works very hard in the classroom, makes excellent grades. She's gives in the community and does community service, and just has a real high character, and she has a great passion for being an excellent basketball player. And I'm telling you, she worked unbelievably hard in the off season, and it shows. And it's just a really exciting thing for a coach to see someone work that hard after you've tried to preach that to your team, and then to see her go out and have success and just flat out played harder than anybody on the team and have the best game. So.
Can you think of some examples of how she was working hard this summer, like maybe separating herself?
Well, she was one of the best female athletes we had in our summer conditioning. Our strength coach, Coach Simmons, does a great job of getting all the women's sports to compete during the summer, and they rank all the female athletes, and she was very high in that competition. And I think she really worked hard to get stronger. If you'll notice, her shot just looks a lot better. She's able to get the ball up, and she's just a lot stronger. She can just play lower in a stance. And so one of the big things is her strength and her conditioning. She just lays it on the line there. She and Brig Goss compete to win every sprint in practice. That's a great example there. She's going to win every sprint, or she and Brig Goss are going to fight each other. And I'm not sure either one of those kids are the fastest top speed, but we put a time up on the clock for a sprint that you have to make it in. And a lot of kids just run to what they have to do. They don't run as hard as they can every time. And so Castine does every time. So that's an example of she's not competing against something someone else says. She's competing against herself and trying to be her best. And we need a lot more of that in our team, and we needed a lot more of that Friday night. We didn't get as many of those players playing that way, and that's something real challenge for our team.
You have so many guards that could play so many of those positions, and it seems like it's a tough spot to get if you want one of those spots. Were you impressed that she was able to rise up, I guess, to one of those spots? I mean, she 2 points last game. You know, she averaged 2 points last season, and it looked like she'd get lost in that shot.
Yeah, that's very. It is impactful for me to see where people may make assumptions about this player's more talented than this player, or this player's going to get lost in the shuffle here, or you know. So what your question was. She didn't listen to any of that, and as coaches, we really try hard not to buy into any of that either. So, I mean, if you come in with a McDonald's All-American status, that's great for a press clipping and gives us some, positive vibes from a recruiting standpoint. But once you get here, it doesn't matter if you were rated 150th in the country or 30th in the country. We really try to make it about competition and about honesty, hard work, discipline. And Castine's embraced those things, and so for me, it is thrilling to see her be able to break through and be playing so well, because sometimes you'll see players more talented kind of able to rest on that, and that hasn't really happened here, so we're happy for Castine.
What was the difference, first half, second half, Friday?
Well, the first half, it was a combination of two things. One, Morehead State was ready to play and energized and looking forward to the game, and they played that way, is the best I can tell. I don't know exactly what was going on over there, but that's what it looked like to me. For us, we just had some people, I don't know if they just thought we were going to breeze through the game, or they'd been reading the newspaper and saw we were ranked in the top 20 or something. That's sort of the feel it was after going back and looking at it on video. And we didn't give a good Kentucky effort. We were all about energy and hustle and trying to outwork the other team, and we were outworked in the first half. And so I had tried to make a real commitment to the team that I was going to try to stay as positive as possible and try to teach and not scream, yell, and get negative on them. And I'm glad I did that, because after I looked at the film, I was very proud of myself, the way I handled the situation after looking at the video. It was bad in the first half, just from an effort standpoint, and Morehead State took advantage of that. So in the second half, we did a lot better job, played with a lot more energy, had more players. Maybe that woke them up, that it was a 1-point deficit at halftime. And so we really are looking tomorrow to come out with a Kentucky effort and focus more on Kentucky than Jacksonville State. We really need to play at a high level because we need to get better right now.
Why did you decide to change you said you changed your attitude or became less negative?
Oh, I just am a negative guy at times. I just get negative, and I get to, just going, we're no good, and what are these kids doing out here? And it's just not good for anybody. And it's not good for my blood pressure, and I need to stay healthy. And but seriously, the game I get a little wound up. You put so much into it as a coach, you prepare so much, and sometimes you start getting personal on the sideline, and then as a coach, you're making it about you. And I'm just trying to make it about the players. And so trying to evaluate and teach and make adjustments as a strategist in the game, instead of being someone who is real critical of them during the game. We'll do that, and I was yesterday. We had a long film session, and so I had plenty of time to do that then. During the game, you need to play that 40 minutes and do the best that you can. And I've just found that at times maybe being overly critical is not really going to help us. It doesn't mean we're not going to be intense during the game, but I'm just trying to get better as a coach and a leader. And I think you need to do that each and every year.
When you look at the schedule over the next 2 weeks, a unique set of challenges with early morning, 3 games in 5 days, and with how much you guys emphasize effort and that kind of stuff, do you like that you have a chance to test your team in those kind of ways?
I think so, but because it's really more of a mental test than a physical test. In my mind, we have we should be able to play a lot of players. If they're mentally not prepared, then you go from a team that you think you can play 10 deep to yesterday in practice we had 4 players that weren't working particularly hard, and so we kind of took them out of the equation. You just can start saying we have all this depth and all this talent, and really if 4 people don't come to practice, so I just kind of separated them, and really we were only 6 deep in practice yesterday because 4 didn't practice really hard, and we had 2 transfers that aren't eligible, and then people were out. So you can't take for granted that you're deep. You can't take for granted that we have a lot of talent if you're not mentally sharp and mentally prepared. If we come mentally prepared over these next few days and all these games that we have back to back, we should be in great shape, because physically we have some very talented players. So I think it's more of a mental and emotional exercise. Can we stay real focused on what's in front of us, just, one game at a time, one day at a time, people talk about those things all the time, but that's really pretty difficult to do, to really focus in on what the task at hand and do that well and worry about the future, you know, a little bit later. I don't think you can go into it thinking, oh, we got to save this here because we have such a grueling schedule. Just take care of tomorrow, and if we'll do that, we should be in good shape.
Time for a couple more. What is it that Castine does really well beyond just working hard, but